Hey, this is Nat, and we're off our couch at Falling Waters State Park, a beautiful and one-of-a-kind state park located 3 miles south of Chipley, Florida, within the Florida Panhandle. If you joined us off the couch last video when we visited Florida Campground State Park, which is only 3 miles north of Marianna, that state park is really close to this state park, just a little over a half-hour drive. So if you are in the area, I highly recommend visiting both of these state parks if possible. So if you did join us last video at Florida Campground State Park and you took the short drive with us to join us off the couch here at Falling Waters State Park, thank you as always. And if you're new to our channel, welcome and thanks for joining us off the couch for our tour and day here at Falling Waters State Park. The admission fees for this state park are $5 per vehicle up to 8 people or $2 per person to enter the park. Falling Waters State Park is home to the highest waterfall in Florida, multiple fern-covered sinkholes, trails, a lake, and a campground located on one of the highest hills in Florida. Let's take a look around the state park as we often do. Visiting state parks is something we love to do, and if you enjoy parks, if you enjoy nature, please subscribe and keep getting off the couch with us. As you can see, we are in the butterfly garden now, and it is currently raining. Butterflies don't really fly in the rain from what I've read, and it's been pretty cold too. So there are no butterflies for us to look at, unfortunately. Yet the rain is a good thing though when visiting this park. I'm not normally a park on a rainy day type of person, but the waterfall located at this park, the flow of the waterfall here is based on the rainfall. When there is sufficient rainfall, the surface water flows down a small stream channel and over the rim of a large circular depression, and then the waterfall flows. So let's go check it out. We're taking the stairway now toward the waterfall, and as we approach, we're starting to get our first glimpse of the waterfall. But to get a real up-close look, we will need to descend into the chamber of the 100-foot deep, 20-foot wide sinkhole. We are making that descent now, and on the way we come across signs explaining the abundance of nature that's surrounding us on this walk, all of the different plants and trees that surround us, like the southern red cedar here. Alright, let's keep walking. We are getting closer to the waterfall. Despite the moderate, slightly heavy rain, this is a really pretty walk. There's a lot of colors, well, more than I'm used to seeing in Florida. More signs concerning the plants that we see as we walk, and by the way, we can hear the waterfall way before we even see it up close. But there it is, right up ahead, and noticeably way louder too. Wow, where does this waterfall end? That drop looks so deep. Okay, we're going to go down with London and the kids and take an even closer look. So this is beautiful and scary all at the same time. This waterfall is 73 feet tall. On a day like this, the water comes gushing down, and where it goes, no one knows. It just disappears into a cave at the bottom of the sinkhole. What a mystery. I think that just adds to the beauty of this waterfall. The walk in the rain has definitely been worth it to see this unique Florida feature up close. I didn't imagine that it would be this beautiful and this imposing too. And you know how I mentioned earlier about the intensity of the water differing based on the rainfall. So we were in the area on a day that it was not raining, a dry day, and this is what the waterfall looked like. A lot less intensity, right? I'll bring the rainy day waterfall back on the right side of the screen for a side-by-side comparison. It's quite a difference. So if you do have the option to choose a rainy day or right after a rainy day, I would definitely recommend that as the best day to go to this park. I'm going to switch over to the dry day now because we would like to walk around freely and check out the other features of this 171-acre park, starting with one of the trails here. There is the Sinkhole Trail, a leisurely 45-minute walk that will take you around the sinkholes in the park. We have witnessed the upper waterfall overlook and the lower waterfall overlook, but there is also a sinkhole overlook, and here we are. Now, reading from their website, these sinkholes formed due to limestone being dissolved by groundwater, and once those dissolved spaces became too large, the soil in the rock above it collapsed. Sometimes these sinkholes are entry points into underground caves, and 400 feet of this underlying cave system has been explored and mapped underneath this park by cave explorers, according to the Florida State Parks website. Now, that is interesting. There are other trails as well. All of the trails here at this park are relatively short. There's about a total of 1 mile of hiking trails within the park. So the trails are short, but they are also hilly, which can be challenging for some hikers. The other trails are the Terrace Trail, a 15-minute walk through a planted pine woods, and the Wiregrass Trail, which takes you past a stream that feeds the waterfall and a capped oil well, one of the first attempts in Florida to retrieve oil. Something else historical in this park are the remnants of a Civil War area grist mill that was used to ground corn into grits and cornmeal that was powered by the waterfall. This park is also part of the Great Florida Birding Trail, with over 100 birds currently listed as viewed within the park. So this is a great park to spot wildlife as well. This park does feature a playground as well as a 2-acre lake, which we'll go ahead and drive to now, to that side of the park at least, and then we'll get out of the car and start walking that way to the lake, Turtle Lake. Once again, we find ourselves on another pretty walk here in the park. I think that this boardwalk is a serene sight amongst the tall trees out here. And after a lovely quiet walk, we have now arrived at Turtle Lake. The lake is 2 acres. You can fish here and you can also swim here. There are picnic tables here by the lake, along with restrooms and a shower if you do plan to swim here. You can also camp nearby. The group campsite is located near Turtle Lake also. Speaking of camping, we'll make one more stop at the campground here in Falling Water State Park, and that's going to require us driving up one of the highest hills in the state of Florida. This campground, Pine Ridge Campground, that we're driving and climbing up to right now, has 24 campsites, each with a picnic table, water, and electric service, plus a burn ring for campfires at night. This campground actually has the highest elevation in Florida at 324 feet above sea level too. Well, let's head back down to earth now. The normal Florida earth we're used to, as we wrap up this look at Falling Water State Park. I would love to hear what you all think about this park. I was kind of skeptical about making an effort to come see a waterfall in Florida, but I was mesmerized by it on that rainy day. And the rest of the park is lush and beautiful as well. But we want to hear your thoughts. Is Falling Water State Park on your list to visit while in the Panhandle area? And if you found this video helpful with your future plans, please hit the thumbs up button and let us know. This is actually our final stop here in the Florida Panhandle. If you've been getting off the couch with us, then you've been joining us elsewhere in the Panhandle, in Navarre and Pensacola. It has been a wonderful time. Thanks so much for keeping us company, and we will be back. So please leave your suggestions in the comments about where you recommend we visit and eat on our next trip to the Panhandle, which should actually be in the spring, early summer for the next trip. So that's going to bring about a different experience. So in the comments, please leave your suggestions for our next trip to the Panhandle, along with your comments too about this state park. And before we head back home, we're actually going to leave Florida altogether. Next video, we're heading to Alabama and checking out Gulf State Park in Gulf Shores, Alabama. This is our first time in Alabama as a channel. So even though this park is over 6,000 acres, we're going to attempt to enjoy as many activities the day will allow. So join us please off the couch in Alabama. Subscribe if you're yet to do so. Come walk the trails, hang out on the white sand beaches with us, and stay for dinner too. We insist. Also be sure to sign up for our monthly newsletter. That's on our website at offourcouch.com. It's also in the description box, and our newsletter does bring travel tips, travel inspiration, and different travel destinations right to your inbox without you having to even get off the couch. So sign up please for our newsletter for more adventures. And as always, thank you so much for joining us on this adventure at Falling Water State State Park. Thank you for the comments, the questions, the suggestions, the likes, shares, and feedback. It is all appreciated and it makes these adventures possible, so thank you again. Until next week, click on the video to see another one of our experiences. Thanks for watching.